a while since we sat down and done our makeup together. I have literally got so many new makeup products that I've been really wanting to try out, and I was gonna sit down and film it for TikTok, but there's something inside of me was like, hey, hold on a second, girl, you have not filmed a makeup video on YouTube for a while, so I thought it'd be cute to do a little sit down video while we get ready together, try new makeup products while I answer some of you guys' juicy questions and get to know each other a little bit better. It's time to revive makeup back onto this channel. So if you guys want to see what's the latest and greatest in beauty, then keep on watching. I have seen this product all over TikTok. It's in collaboration with Ciate and Amelia. Oh, girl, not the gym shot, no! Oh my god. This needs to come with a warning sign. Okay, so apparently you're meant to buff this into the skin and it gives you like a soft tint. Oh my god, it's stained. You're meant to work fast with this product. I literally look like an Oompa Loompa. Is this what the TikTok girlies are making you do these days, guys? Look at that, it's stained. Okay, I need to actually read how you use this product. It says you can use it before and after. It dries instantly and doesn't transfer onto my clothes. Tell me about it, girl. It definitely dries instantly, okay? Oh my god. Oh my god, it's dried down. Oh my god. Okay, we're off to a good start for this video. Looking like an Oompa Loompa. Just carved out my eyebrows and I'm here kind of looking like Frida Pinto right now. Girl, when I tell you this product stains, she stains and she dries fast, girl. I see what this product was trying to do, but you just have to make sure you exfoliate it very well because she is sticking to all my dry patches. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this new product from H&B. This is the Soft Luminous Glow Tint. I'm using the shade GT8. And let's answer some questions while we actually get ready together. I'm actually getting ready to go to my mum's house. Guys, since I've moved out, I found it really hard to remember to go home and spend time with my mum. And I don't know about you guys, but the older that I get, I feel like time is going by so quickly. And then I feel like every single time I see my mum, bless her, she looks older and older, and it kind of makes you realize that, oh, I need to try to spend as much time with my mum as possible. As we get older, you kind of realize that your parents are not going to be here forever. Okay, the first question is, what has been your favorite moment since hitting your 30s and what has been your biggest struggle in your 30s? That's a good question, girl. I feel like that's very relevant in my life right now because I just feel like I'm in my 30s, girl. I definitely feel very different to when I was in my 20s. Especially now that I have Rolo, I'm very cautious of the fact that I'm opening a new chapter in my life where I kind of want different things from life to when I was in my 20s. In my 20s, for me, it was all about grinding, girl. It was about grinding, it's about work. And now that I'm in my 30s, I've come to the realization that there's just so much more to life. Okay, I'm going to go in with a concealer. I've been loving this Natasha denona one. It is so creamy. This colour might be a bit light, but okay. This is in the shade Y2. And then I'm going to use the shade YP8 just to cover up some blemishes. You know how they say that everything comes into your life for a reason? Rolo has taught me so much about myself, about my relationship, about life. He's kind of given me like a purpose. Like, I know that sounds so cringe that a dog can do that, but I've never honestly had any sense of responsibility before. Last week, me and Graham decided to go out with our friends. It's been a while since I've gone out and partying. I went to go see Steve Aoki, who was an amazing DJ, and normally afterwards we'll end up going to a bar. Because we had Rolo, we had responsibilities and we had to go home, and I'm not gonna lie, in that moment I kind of felt like, oh my god, this is what responsibility is. This is what being an adult is, you know, going home and caring for something else. And even though I had so much fun when I was out, I actually couldn't wait to go home and see him. And I feel like on that journey home, it really taught me that there's so much more to life. You know, whenever I ask other mums, like, what is it like to be a mum? The most common response is, it is one of the most difficult jobs, but also one of the most rewarding jobs. And I've never kind of understood that before. I've always kind of thought rewarding, it kind of just looks very stressful. But even just looking after Rolo, it has been so challenging, so difficult. Like, I've cried a few times over Rolo, guys. How sad is that? Me and Graham have had so many arguments about Rolo, how we discipline Rolo in different ways, how we teach Rolo in different ways. And that has really shown me what motherhood would be like, what Graham would be like as a dad. And I honestly feel like having Rolo is like a stepping stone into motherhood. Guys, that skin This is another thing about me being in my 30s. I never thought that I would be able to just wear skin tint and a little bit of concealer and I'll be happy, but the skin is pop and locking, sister. I recently have been using this product from Louise. It's called the Cheek of It Liquid Bronzer and it's so good, guys. It's so creamy. I used the shade in Gingerbread Glaze and it's like the perfect shade of bronzer. The next part of that question was, what do I find the most challenging being in my 30s? I would say the hardest part of being in your 30s is feeling like you have so much more responsibility. I'm at a stage in my life where I just can't pick up my stuff and just move to another country. I've got mortgages and bills and just so much more riding on my shoulders. And on top of that, I've been doing this job for about 7 years now. And you know when they say there's a 7-year itch? I definitely feel like I'm at a different place to where I first started. When I first started doing social media, I loved going to events. I loved going on press trips. I couldn't wait until the next event. But now that I'm in my 30s, it's not that I don't want to go. I feel like my time is more useful doing other things, if that makes any sense. I also picked up this from Louise in the shade Lychee Lady. And this is like a blusher version. I've heard so many good things about these liquid blushers. Oh, look at that. She's so satisfying. Look at that. Oh, yes. Give it to me, baby. Don't get me wrong, guys. I still love creating content, but it's not something that I live and breathe anymore. I definitely realised in the middle of lockdown, and now that I have Rolo, I just had no hobbies before. I literally had no life, guys. All I literally done was just film, work, and watch Netflix and go out with Guang for food. And now that I have a dog, and I'm pretty sure, you know, once me and Guang, you know, are lucky enough to have a family, I'm pretty sure that's gonna occupy my life. Especially now that I'm starting to see other creators have babies and I'm starting to see what they are doing with social media. I actually feel like optimistic for the future, you know. I don't know if this is quite mean to say, but I always was so scared that if I had a baby, my life would be over and I'd just turn into a mum. And there's nothing wrong with just being a mum, but I've always have been so scared that I would lose myself when I become a mum. I can already see it already happening with Rolo, that all I want to do is literally just focus on him, and I'm like, no, I'm becoming that mum that I didn't want to be. I'm already being that crazy doggy mummy, and it is a bit overwhelming to see how much he's just transformed my life already in 1 month. Like, I just feel a sense of duty and a sense of responsibility, and I just want him to live his best life. If anyone knows me, you guys know that I go through these crazy phases. Like, once I'm into something, I'm in, girl. It happened to me with plants. It happened to me with going out and going to festivals. Like, when I'm in something, I just want to do it all. We all know and love the Easy Bake loose powders from Huda Beauty, and now she just brought out her pressed versions, which I'm so excited about. It actually has a little pad here at the bottom, which is so cute. I'm going to use the shade called Poundcake. And recently, guys, I've just been loving just using powder with a brush instead of just always using a powder puff. I feel like, especially on days where I just want to look a little bit more natural and I just want to tone down the shininess, a brush is literally perfect. You can see it kind of mattifies, but it doesn't make it look super matte underneath the eyes. I definitely would say this isn't as blurring as the loose powders. I feel like the loose powders is more like, wow, that really done something to your skin. Okay, the next question is, why do you not invest into your car when you have so much money? Girl, you think it's that easy? Guys, the other day, me and Grand's car literally broke down in the middle of the road. The bonnet was steaming. There was literally fumes coming out of our engine, and it was so embarrassing, guys. We literally had to stop in the middle of the road. We had to tell people to go around. The engine nearly blew up, girl. I would love to just buy a new car. However, we are waiting for the right car to come up. As you guys know, we got to rent out a Tesla for a week, which was amazing, and that definitely solidified the fact that we want an electric car. However, we're just waiting for the right car to come up, because, girl, let me tell you, I'm not the type to go out and buy a brand new flashy car. Like, that's just not how I've been raised, okay? I've been raised as a cheapskate. I just got this new Kosas bronzer, and it looks so nice. This is in the shade called Sun Show. So we are waiting for a second-hand Tesla to come up with white seats. It has to have low mileage, and we don't want it to be too far from us. We want to be able to go down and see it. Okay, now that I powdered, I feel like the blusher has kind of toned down a little bit, so I'm going to try this new blusher. It's from Be Perfect, and Ekin is in the shade called Turkish Delight. It actually is so pretty. I tried this the other day on my TikTok and it just looks so nice. So I'm going to try it on top of powder and see, does it cake up? Okay, so the next question is, how do you think your childhood has affected you now as an adult? Ooh, juicy. Do you know what? This is something that I learned so much about myself during therapy. Your childhood plays such a huge part on who you are as an adult. Especially recently, I went to Paris with my family and that's when I really realised how similar we are, and not in a good way, guys. I haven't spent that much time with my mum in such a long time, so I wanted to kind of take her out for her birthday, and I'm not gonna lie, there was a few arguments with my family, a few tiffs here and there, and I definitely realised that like there's so much trauma my mum went through, and then in turn she kind of passed that down to her family, and this is something that I'm so scared about when I become a mum. I really want to make sure that I really try to like not pass down that generational trauma to your kids. I feel like through therapy I really learned that I'm quite naturally a negative person, and my whole family is like that, guys, not just me. Whenever there's a situation that comes about, our first thing that comes to our head is what went wrong, you should have done this, you should have done that, and like putting the blame at other people. And I just hate that about myself. So I really want to try to work on that and just try to be a more positive person and try to be more encouraging rather than, why did you do that? You should have done this, you know, rather than pointing the finger. Oh guys, how pretty is that blush? She's given highlight without being a highlight. Also, something I definitely feel that I learned from my childhood is being cheap. I don't think, no matter how much money I will make as an adult, I think being cheap and being frugal is forever embedded in me, guys. Like the other day, I saw someone leave an old lawnmower outside while I was walking Rolo. Guess what my trampy ass did? I walked around the block twice. They don't leave this lawnmower out here. And what did I do? I took that bitch home. Someone left a crusty lawnmower outside. The paint was peeling off, bitch. It was old. It was rusty. But I was like, oh, maybe we need a lawnmower. Bitch, we got home. The lawnmower wasn't even working. It broke. That's why someone left it outside. And my cheap ass took the lawnmower home because I just didn't want it to go to waste. This is so sad. I feel like because my family... Oh, I feel like I want to get emotional. Why am I getting emotional? I just feel like because my family were immigrants, they came to this country with nothing. We just hate throwing things away. And that's why my family and me, we've got tendencies of being a bit of a hoarder. If you see a lot of other influencers, guys, they give away loads of the makeup. They even throw it in the bin sometimes. And I'm just like, throw it in the bin? Like brand new makeup, they just chuck it in the bin sometimes because it's like no one else wants it. And my frugal ass could never. I'm gonna tell you guys a story about when we went to Paris. I really wanted to treat my mum. So we ended up going shopping and I really wanted to get her a pair of Chanel sunglasses as her birthday gift, you know. My mum kept saying, no, I don't need it, it's fine. She's got a pair of old crusty glasses that she had for like 12 years now. And I was like, no, just pick out a pair that you like. And she just felt so guilty for buying anything nice for herself. Bitch, she wasn't even buying it. I was buying it for her. But she just constantly kept saying like, oh, it's a waste of money, I don't need it, blah, blah. And I just was like, this is where I get it from. I get it from you. I feel guilty for spending money on myself because of you. And obviously, I'm not blaming her, guys. I'm just making a joke out of it. But it's actually quite sad how there's just so many years where you just feel guilty for buying things for yourself and treating yourself. You feel like that money can go towards better things. So you end up like never getting anything for yourself. Or there's been so many times where I bought like nice things for myself and I just end up returning it because I just feel so guilty that I'm just not going to utilize it. Like the other day, me and Gran went to Calvin Klein and I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy myself some nice underwear. So I ended up getting myself a little thong and then a little bra, and it come up to like £70 for this set. And I literally bought it, and then the next day I was like, oh, why did I do that? So I ended up going back and trying to return it. They don't let you do returns on underwear, so I end up just returning the bra, and now I just have a pair of Calvin Klein pants that I haven't even worn yet because I feel like I'm waiting for a special time to wear it. Like, why am I like this? Just wear the damn underwear, bitch. It ain't that deep. But there's something that's really deeply embedded inside of me where I just feel guilty, and I hate that about myself, guys. Like, I hate it so much to the depths of my core, and now that I'm saying this out loud, it really kind of signals the fact that I probably need to go back to having therapy. Aww, are you being a cute boyfriend? You cut me free.
I've got apples in my pocket.
Do you want to say hi to the YouTube family? I feel like it's been a while since you've been chatting away. How's life been?
He's been so busy. You either have to play with him or you have to take him for a walk. If Thuy's working, I have to constantly keep an eye on him because he's got something in his mouth.
Babe, you looking tonk today. You looking beast mode today. What's this arm popping? Do this. Show them the guns.
Guns.
Okay, I just took off my lashes off camera and we're just going to quickly finish off with my lips. I just got this in from Kosas. It is a lip balm kind of treatment that's kind of tinted as well. I've been loving more like glossier lips recently. Oh, this shade's a bit light, guys. Oh, she makes me look a little bit dead. Okay, I'm just going to add a lip oil. This is the Fat Lip Oil from NYX in the shade called Scrolling. I've been loving these lip glosses, guys. They're so nice. Just gives a really nice sheen, but it's hydrating at the same time. Okay, let's answer one last question before we say sayonara. The last question is, since having Rolo, are you more confident about being a mum one day? There's so many questions about Rolo. Thank you guys so much for just following this journey. I feel like it's a very transformative state for me. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I think I mentioned this earlier, but it's definitely made me think about motherhood a lot more, and I'm not as scared of being a mum as I was before I had Rolo, which I think is a good thing, right? I think for the longest time, the idea of peeing on a stick and it being positive scared the shit out of me. I guess now I kind of feel like after Rolo, I feel like I can kind of do it more, and I feel like I have learnt a lot about myself and I learnt how selfless I can be. So I definitely say that having Rolo has made me think about having kids. I don't think it'll be any time like soon, maybe like next year or the year after. Recently, the thought has been coming into my head a lot more of like, what if I can't have kids? Which is a very scary thing. I feel like that could probably be a whole another subject in itself, but it's actually quite scary that our whole life as women, we try to avoid getting pregnant, and then when it comes to the time where you actually want to get pregnant, you might not be able to have kids. And recently, I've just had a friend that just had a few complications in that department, and it's made me also really reflect. That's definitely something that I have been learning now that I'm in my 30s. It's something that I'm thinking about way more, and I don't know if that is my biological clock kicking in. In next week's video, I really want to do some dilemmas with my sister. If you guys have any dilemmas that you want your internet big sisters to help you with, comment them down below. I really want to film another video with my sister because you guys love it when we're together. I just want to say thank you so much for sticking by me through all of these years. For anyone that's still watching my YouTube channel, I have tried to be so consistent on here, and actually next month me and Grant are going to be traveling and we are going to be away for a whole month. So unfortunately, when we're away, we're going to have to take a break from YouTube for a whole month, which I've never done before, guys. I've always been very consistent. I might have missed a week here and there, but I've never taken that long off of YouTube in 7 years, which is so crazy that that's gonna happen. So make sure that you follow me on all my other socials because you guys can follow our journey. We're gonna be traveling for the first time. We are gonna go to 5 different cities in 3 weeks, which is crazy. We're off to Japan, Australia and Korea. And if you guys want to follow our journey, make sure you follow us on all of our socials. We're also going to be vlogging it, but we're not going to be scrambling and trying to upload while we're out there because, you know, we spent a lot of money in this holiday, and this is probably going to be our last hurrah of traveling before we really have to like knuckle down and think about, you know, adult stuff like kids and buying another house and all that kind of stuff. So that's it for this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts on motherhood, and if you are a mother, please tell me your honest opinion. What's it like to be a mum? Do you recommend it? Is it something that you think that I would really struggle with? And what do you think that I really have to like try to be prepared for before I actually go down that rabbit hole of having kids and being a mother and motherhood? I feel like that's something that no one can prepare you for, but if you have any advice, help your sister out, girl. That is it for this video, guys. I love you so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Oh my god, this bra from Gymshark makes my boobs look great. Hey, look at these cojones. Look at these mamacitas. My battery is dying, girl. No, I only just started this video. Can we just take a second for these guns? Look at this, guys. I've been working on my back muscles. Can you guys see? Sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't know if I like this. I kind of look like a man, but I also feel really strong at the same time. Like when I'm going food shopping now, bitch, I'm carrying like 4 bags at a time and I'm not even scrambling, you know? I'm like, yeah, I can pick this up, bitch. 20 kg, what's that? Working out, having a dog, being a potential future mum. Who is that Thuy? Where is she? Who that? Is that xThuyLe? Who that? Break it down now, break it down now. That was awful. Do not dance like that in the club, guys. Oh my god, look at my skin, guys. Look at the skin. Look at the skin. The skin. The skin, Vogue. The skin is glowing. I love it, guys. You know, I used to hate looking really glowy like this, but now that I'm older, I'm embracing it, girl. I'm embracing them oils. Having a dog, our sex life's gone out the window. You know when, before, when I was saying to you guys, we have sex nearly every day. It really surprised me when people were so shocked that we had sex like that often. I'm like, does everyone not have sex like that every day? But now that we have responsibilities, the pussy's dry now, girl.
He gets a dusting out in the morning to take out Roller.
I literally wake up in the morning, take Roller for a wee, and then I never come back to the bedroom. He never sees me again.
Yeah, and then by night time we're like too tired.
This is how couples go sexless for months. Oh
Get a
god.
dog, they say.
Get a dog. And then it's gonna be worse even when you have kids. You're never gonna see these flaps again. Last week we were trying to get it on, and all you kept hearing was and I'm just like, hurry up, we need to go outside. That was so funny.
I was like, shut up, Roller.
Shut up, Roller, I'm trying to get it on.